Genesis 40. Welcome to our Bible study. Let's draw a few lessons here. I want you to rush to verse 6 and verse 7, okay? Let's take a close look there. If you have your physical Bible, I want you to highlight something there. Verse 6, looked at them and saw that they were sad. This is Joseph. This is Joseph. I want you to underline those words. He looked at them and saw that they were sad. Yeah. Then you go to verse 7 there. Verse 7, Joseph is now asking them, why do you look so sad today? Why do you look so sad today? Okay, you underline that as well. Then as we continue and as we move on, we get to see now, maybe let's just go back a bit to verses 4. Verses 4, okay? Let's go back to verses 4. Verse 4, if you are reading verse 4 carefully, you get to see that the captain of the guard had already put Joseph in charge of the butler and the baker. So they were under Joseph, okay? But I just love the part in verse 4 again, that last part which says, and he saved them. And you had saved them. Can you highlight that one? These are the things which you have to be noting as you are studying your word, because you should be asking yourself, what does that mean? If they are under him, why then is he saving them? So the Lord was teaching me something there. Joseph was literally the boss. He was the boss here. But you be sure that Joseph was so much concerned about the welfare and the well-being of his subjects. My God, this is a lesson here. I'm sure I'm speaking to leaders here. Some are already leaders and some will become leaders one of the days. Joseph made it his personal business to make sure that they were happy and they were okay. That's why there is that word, saved them. You get to understand it when we get to verse 6 and verse 7, which we were saying, let's highlight, okay? It doesn't sound so leader-like, Does it sound so leader-like? I know every time you are being told of being a leader, that you are going to be a leader, you are just thinking of bossing people around and you know what? Joseph is trying to teach us that being a boss and being a leader is more of relating with your subjects and being able to even tell when something is bothering them. Do you see that Joseph was very able? This was a true leader. Verse 6 and verse 7 shows us that a true leader should take note and take care of his or her subjects' well-being. Be a good leader. Do you know that being a good leader doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be weak? If you are a good leader, definitely you will press the foot down and you make sure that the boundaries are clear. Yes, that effect. Every leader must make sure that the boundaries are known, and everyone who trespasses those boundaries must meet the consequences. But beyond that, you have to be humane and you have to show love. That's what we are just trying to get to. Do you see that Joseph here was able to actually see the butler and the baker didn't tell Joseph to say, Joseph, you know what, today we are not okay. No, but Joseph himself, as he was looking at them that day, he was able to notice that today these guys are not okay. And verse 7 actually tells us that Joseph asked them, why do you look so sad today? So he was able to even tell that something was not okay with them. He didn't wait to see them retaliate, because maybe he would, if it was just because to that day he didn't see them eating, maybe they were on a hunger strike, he would say, what's bothering you? But he was able to tell in the morning, that very morning, as he was looking at them, he could see, these guys are not okay. But do you know that there are bosses here who would actually wait to see their servants and their subjects strike first? They go on a strike for that boss to know that my subjects are not happy with their salary. May God help us. May God help us. You should be able to note when something is bothering your subjects. You should be able to note when something is not okay. There are so many issues we hear of people who are committing suicide from work, and so many issues like that. People were not able to relate with them and to see that something was bothering them. You may not even be the boss there, but maybe it's your workmate. quiet. I'm just trying to say, as a person and as your brothers and your sisters keeper, be very able to not when something is not okay with your friend. Be loving enough, be caring enough, be humane enough, even though you're above them, even though you might even be beneath them. I'm just trying to say, be a person who cares for their well-being. Care for them, care for your brother and your sister. Let's move on, okay? As we are reading verse 8 now, the real issue and the real problem, of course, why these people were saved was because of a set of dreams which they had, and there was no one who was able to interpret these dreams for them. So this was the problem, and they told Joseph, and Joseph was responding. Maybe let me just pose a question to you before we continue. Have you ever had a challenge trying to interpret your dreams? I know some of you actually go on the internet to search and ask Google, what does it mean when you dream about fish? Yeah. That's what I'm asking about. Have you ever had a problem interpreting your dreams or your visions? Okay, let's just move on. Well, that's because interpretations of dreams don't belong to men, don't belong to Google. Interpretations of dreams actually belong to God. Yes, Joseph told this in verse 8. Do you see it in verse 8 there? He was asking it as a question. Do not interpretations belong to God? So he was telling this baker and this butler that, you know what, interpretations belong to God. So don't stress yourself and don't worry yourself. You will actually injure yourself trying to find in the interpretation of a dream from this physical realm. The interpretations of dreams, they belong to God. So you have to seek God if you want an interpretation to your dreams. My God, we are back to that issue of a relationship with what? With God. We are back at it once again. God is the one who can interpret that dream or that mystery. Yes, you are reading the word. He is the one who can also interpret the word for you. Not a man, not even I, not a brother somewhere, not even your pastor. Yes. So, but I want you to now look at something. This interested me a lot. I was actually laughing as I was reading it. I want you to look at something. Verse 8 there. Because Joseph didn't stop at do not interpretations belong to God. He went ahead and said, tell them to me, please. I began to laugh and as I got to understand it, as the Spirit of God was just revealing that to me. Do you see already the importance of a relationship with God? Do you see it? Okay. If God is with you, what I'm just trying to say is that if God is with you and if you are with God, then everything that is God's is freely accessible to you. You can easily access everything that is in God and that belongs to God just because you have a relationship with Him. You can just look at it. Those people who have a relationship with someone who is in power, they have access to power. That's just how it is. They have access to power. You just become powerful not because you are powerful, but because you are related to someone who is what? Who is powerful. Yes, that's the simple fact there. This is just simple wisdom. You have to know it as you are seeing it daily. Izvezvo tikatokuita hama yapresident, tikangokudeclare kuti watova hama yapresident, izvezvo wakutorema utototanga kutokuona wakufamba nemaGD6 and so on. Okay, a story for another day. But what we are just trying to show here is that the reason why Joseph was telling them, tell me the dreams, after he had told them that interpretations belong to God, he didn't tell them, go to God and ask him. No, he told them, tell me the dreams, I will tell you the interpretations. Why is he saying that? Because he had a relationship with God. So number one, Joseph knew that God was with him. Okay? Joseph knew that God was with him. Number two, Joseph knew that interpretations of dreams belonged to God. So God had interpretations of dreams. Then number three, he just instructed the butler and the baker. He instructed them to tell him their dreams because he knew that he had something with God and he could access and draw from God at any time.